So, you want to hear my story, do you? Well, I was just sitting here, taking a shit basically, and I realised there was no toilet paper left. All that we have is the remains of the Sun newspaper, ripped apart, tossed into the bin. Kind of reminds me of all the life that was wasted 2 years ago. I remember being in this industrial complex. Half of it was shut down, derelict. All the factories were crumbling. The slag heaps were infested with rats and seagulls and pigeons. And feral dogs wandered in and out to steal rotten chunks of meat. There was one section of the industrial complex that was still working. Basically, you had factories that ran on steam, machines made of bronze and copper. And their owner, Gerald Denworth, was a cruel, harsh man who hired children to do all the work. All of them were rejects, orphans, tossed away at birth, thrown out like this torn up Sun newspaper. The whole factory was a front, mind you. All the child workers he would keep in the basements down below, where the steam poured out of vents, making the children hot and sweaty, and Gerald would venture down on occasions to steal one or two of these children and use them for his own sick and sexual desires. I remember wandering in, seeing the gaunt, starved faces. They reminded me of starving foxes. The curious looks in their faces, burnt out, dead, and their souls as equally dead. I remember the big smirk on Gerald's face as he smoked on his cigar, sat in his leather chair, boasting about how productive his factory was, and of course I didn't even know how I got there. I just turned up on a train and that was it. On one side of me was barren wastelands, deserts, and the other there was fields of rapeseed. Gerald once told me that he liked rapeseed. He liked the idea of rape being the colour yellow. Wandering through the fields and frolicking with the child workers, he would take them on picnics and film these disgusting endeavours. I remember sitting on the toilet in the factory in the same situation that I'm in now. No toilet paper, not even newspapers, and I asked Gerald, why is there no toilet paper in your toilets? And he asked me, didn't you wonder why all the children had no hair? He would cut the hair, let it grow long, then cut it. And then he would stitch the hair together, weave it together into like mats, and use the hair as toilet paper. He said he liked the idea of using children's hair as toilet paper because it felt somehow delightfully wrong on his rectum. He was a strange and odd sort of fellow, queer in many ways, and there was a lurid chill that ran through my spine as I was asked to join him. Business partners, 50-50. 50% of the money 50% of the company, and 50% of the cattle. I didn't take him up on the offer though. Instead I plunged a crystal needle into his neck, working it in and out, feeling the schlepping of blood on my hands, and his gargled chokes and his eyes looking at me, saying why. He was my brother, you know. Yeah, my brother. Though we hadn't seen each other for 10 years. I guess it kind of runs in the family eventually. Some point the genetics kick in. And I found myself taking up residence at the factory. And now I do exactly the same as he did. Though I do like to employ the occasional clown to come in and entertain the children. Doesn't stop their nightmares though, does it? And it doesn't stop my nightmares either. But the only nightmare I'm living is the one without toilet roll. The one without comfort, the one without luxury, you know. The one where the bitter harshness of black ink and coarse paper is the only satisfaction that I will get in my life. And when it cuts the skin and makes you bleed, and you feel the ink seeping into your blood, you can find some solace in that. No, the flusher doesn't work either. Yeah. I had to resort to tossing it all out the window, basically. God. What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? How did it come to this? How did it get to this point? Half the children are dead now, starved, maggot-ridden. Factory's going to shit. And here I am, sitting on a toilet, telling you all about it. Why should you know? What right have you got to know? What right have I got to tell it? Am I a good guy in all this? Am I a bad guy? Am I a neutral party? Depends on the smell, really. Depends on the tumours in your brains. Depends on how the drugs affect your reality, your perception of reality. No. It ain't happening, man. It ain't happening.
It'll make this.
What?
It'll make this.
It'll make this.
It'll be like the cherry on the top.
It's too late now, anyway. It's
No.
end it, man.
It's not. You know you're going to end up in. You know you have to.
It's 20 past
you know
midnight.
You have to.
It's 20 past midnight, man. I'm going to squirt shave and throw it all over my face, aren't I? Who's going to sit?
The time is of no consequence. Pass me your watch. Pass me your watch.
I don't know if I'm going to do this or not, though. I don't know if I should do it.
You go this far.
You know, just one more thing. Pleasuring myself has become a daunting task lately. The hand doesn't seem to work like it used to. Now you have to venture down depraved alleys to get the erection that you crave. Women's shaving gel is one of those sort of things, those fetishes for me. Especially after a woman has just used it on her legs and you know she's been rubbing that all over her vagina. And just look at the texture there as well. It looks like it could just have poured out the vagina of a woman after you've repeatedly ejaculated into her. I mean, sometimes you just want to rub it on your face and just taste it. It's the only way I can come these days. It fucking burns. See you next time for another monologue. Try, miss. Try.
Nice work.
Really gonna wash myself down. Gonna wash myself down. Move the camera.
Look at the hard bargain, man.
Oh, dude.
Oh shit, I'd put that in there.
Got a fucking dessert.
Nice work, man.
Thanks.
Bit of nice improvisational comedy there.
It's rather hilarious, man, I think. Yeah. I think I should get a fucking Academy Award for that shit, man, you know what I mean? Oh, it's got up my nose. It's horrible. Shit I do, man. Shit you wrote me into, man. You know what I mean?
That was just the first take.
Dude, that ain't happening again, man.